For cheap and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins, check out EasyMut.com and use code SPORTS for 5% off your entire order. YouTube, it's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com. In today's Madden 21 tip video, I'm going to break down insane Madden 21 money play that is completely unstoppable. This passing play is super explosive, and it has reads to beat any defense and coverage. We all know man is really good this year. You can easily beat man, but at the same time, if they're playing zone, we have easy ways to attack them as well. At the same setup, it's very easy to use, and it's going to make your offense much better. Now, we're going to be in the New England Patriots playbook on offense, and I want to look at this gun, split coast, Pats. Really like this formation this year. It's got some great passing plays. I'd recommend when running it, there's different packages you could do, but I definitely make sure you at least have two good running backs in the game. They will be going out on routes a lot. And I would put your best receiver as the outside receiver next to the tight end. So the play we're going to be looking at is this X drag trail. I do have several setups from this play, some nice beaters too. I'm about to break down one of them in this video. If you guys will give me 200 likes on this video, we will drop another one of my money setups from this play. So I want to first look at beating man-to-man coverage. Now, we're going to move the ball back so we have some room to work with. I'd recommend having your two receiver side of the formation with the tight end on the wide side of the field. So since you see that the ball's lined up closer to the left hash, we're going to make sure that the side with the tight end and the other receiver, the two receiver side, is on the right. Now, before we get into the setup, just remember, guys, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on. You don't want to miss out on our videos, and that way you'll be notified when they go live. And also, guys, if you're looking for more help on how to improve at Madden 21, whether you need help on offense or defense, make sure to check out SportsGamers.com. That's where I post all my premium tips and ebooks. If you enjoy my free YouTube content, you will really love the stuff we got on SportsGamers.com. We have the best Madden 21 tips and ebooks. I guarantee you guys, if you're looking to take your game to that next level, whether you're looking to just win more games in weekend league, or if you're just looking to win your league, beat your friends, even compete in the MCS and win some money, we got what you need to take your game to the next level. I've been playing Madden for a long time now at the highest level. I've won lots of money. I've won tournaments. I've been on ESPN for Madden. So, no better source than me to improve your game. So, let's get into the setup here. Like I said, I have several setups. This is going to be one of my favorite ones right here. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and put the running back on the left on a curl, and I want to go ahead and put the receiver on the left on an out. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slant the outside right receiver Diggs, and I'm going to motion him across the formation, and I want to snap the ball right when he passes up my tackle on the left side. So this is going to be man coverage first, and what you're going to see is with the ability to attack the middle of the field, you're going to notice that they're not going to be able to stop you from man. Also, when you use motion, that also kind of creates an assignment switch, which kind of gives you leverage against man coverage to get your receivers open. My primary reads against man are the curl to the running back out of the backfield, the slant and the post. The slant and the post just tend to get really good separation. And, the curl, you actually can just low ball it, even though it's a running back. Still, you can low ball it the same way. You can low ball it to receivers and tight ends, and it's going to get open. But as you guys can see here, this is our first read right here out of the backfield. With the motion. The motion slant just gets an insane amount of separation when you send it across the field. That just allows you guys to easily, as you guys can see here, make this catch. And this is going to be very consistent for you. He's going to be open pretty much every time. As you see, we catch the ball in stride and we're off. So that's number one read against man coverage. Now again, the motion is what really allows him to get open that easily because when you send him across the formation, they kind of get a little bit misaligned with the defense. So the next read you're going to want to look at is the tight end. The tight end on the post, that's just an easy read. I like to go ahead and get that little dive catch animation. And the way you want to do that is as soon as you click on, after you throw the ball, you want to hold down the aggressive catch button and make sure you get a dive catch. And that's pretty much this year, similar to last year. When you get this animation, it's pretty much undefendable. As you guys can see here, even if the defender's kind of close to you, as long as you get that dive catch, they're not going to be able to animate or affect this read at all. That's going to be there for you pretty much every single time. that's a clean throw and a easy throw and catch for you. So that's the second read. The third read is going to be the curl route, and that's going to be right underneath the post. So if you don't like, maybe they take away. And by the way, if they use purples don't really affect this play too much because we are attacking the middle of the field. So let me actually show that. Even if they put their zone drops on, it doesn't make a difference. Actually, that just even makes it easier, to be quite honest, if they have curl flats. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we're going to go ahead, just come out. We're going to use 2 purples, and now I'm going to look at the running back route. But again, the play is X drag trail. It's out the New England Patriots playbook on offense. Very, very effective. So we're going to go ahead and use purple zones by our safeties. And obviously, if they do this, potentially there's no help over the top. So that is, big. We could have a bomb setup if we notice them doing this. But just like this, you guys can see here, I want to show you that this setup doesn't get affected by curls. First of all, obviously, curl flats, which are the purple zones. Obviously, the slant's still going to get open just the same. The post's still the same. But also the other thing about it is, don't forget your running back curl route. Now, the curl route's not going to get you a ton of yardage, obviously, but it's just a simple low ball that you can use underneath that post route. If they are going to use the post, you can just throw to the running back out of the backfield. Really, though, I normally either hit the slant or the post. It's just super easy. But there, the curl as well. That's going to get you, a good 5, 6, 7 yards. Maybe a bit more, depending upon the coverage. But what you really want to do with man coverage is always make sure the running backs have to be accounted for. You never really want them to just free roam, because if they free roam, then they have another, player that they could use to just muck up your reads. So that's beating man. Very, very easy. The out route and the wheel route, those are more so routes that I use to attack the flats when they're in zone coverage, guys. So let's actually look at that now. And remember, I did put my coaching adjustments on 20 for the curl flat. So like a defense a lot of people will use is a cover 3 where they have, they do have, curl flats and, that type of thing going on where they're dropping back deep. So if they do that, this is why I really like this play, is because with the out route and the wheel route on each side of the field, you can make them pay for those types of zone drops. So you see that, you just throw the quick out or the wheel in the flat, and it's easy money. And that's something that is, effective on each side. Again, remember, we do have the running back on the right hitting the flat too with the wheel route. So if you see that they're just dropping back super far, throw that out there. Bad pass right there, but, it's very easy, quick throw. Now, something that people will do to maybe counteract this is do, the zone drops, but then also do a hard flat on each side. So if they do a hard flat on each side, now not only do they have, the curl flat dropping back deep, but now they also have a hard flat. This is kind of a Mabel-style defense. Now, if they do this, that means that their user is the only person in the middle of the field, right? The only person. So, once you make them have to respect the flat this much, there is literally no way that they can guard the middle of the field. Because remember, there's 3 people coming over the middle here. So you basically just have to look, see which one they guard, and you throw it at one of the other 2. Because you have a curl, a slant, and a post. That time they guard the slant, so we went ahead and hit the post. We could have also hit the curl. And again, let me just do one more example of this. So we're going to hard flat him, hard flat. That's a hard flat. Him, he's also on a hard flat. So there we go again. Now this time we'll look to take away one of our other reads. And again, it's just all about reading the user. That's the first thing I recommend doing. Once you snap the ball, locate the user, and then go from there. So here you see maybe they take away the slant. Again, you hit the post, right? Simple. But maybe they decide to take away or try to bait you between your curl route to your running back and the post route. If they do that, that's when you're going to have to go ahead and attack them with the slant, which is, completely fine. So let's show an example of that here. Again, same setup as you guys can see. And this honestly is a great way to attack any sort of zone coverage there is. It's not just cover 3 with the adjustments I'm using. It's any zone coverage. The reads are going to be the same. But if you go ahead and take a look at the replay, you'll see what I mean. Because they're paying respect to the flats, you're going to, have the middle of the field very easy to attack. As you guys can see here, I almost have a triangle between the 3 players over the middle. Boom, boom, boom. That's perfect spacing. Now, you may ask why people on this year's game would play a defense like this to where they have a hard flat to take away the flats, but then also curl flats going back 20 yards to take away the deeper routes. That's just because every formation this year that people run that pass the ball, including this formation right here, there's plays and setups that have deep crossing routes and deep corners. So the only really effective way to take those routes away, because those, especially crossers, beat man really easily, is to have zones drop back super deep. So you almost have to do that a lot against a good offensive player. But then when you have a setup like this that attacks the flats too, that's why a lot of people will use that adjustment to try to take that away. And that's when the middle of the field just becomes wide open. So let's go ahead here, and we're going to go ahead and put our coaching adjustments, the zone drops. We're going to put them back to default. And now we're going to look at cover 2. And cover 2 is going to be, I mean, it's obviously a different coverage, but we're really going to look to attack it the same way. So here we go. Let's just sit in this cover 2 out of big nickel over G. Big nickel over G right now is one of the meta defenses you see pretty much online 24/7, so you definitely need to know how to attack it. So here's our setup again against cover 2. It's literally the same thing. My reads against any zone are always the same. I first look to the flats, because if they have adjusted their zone drops or they just don't guard them, I know that that's going to be open every time. But if I see the flats are covered, I know that I need to go to the middle of the field. So in this case, the flats did get covered, and that's why I went to the middle of the field. Now here, this is a slant, a slant combo where there's someone attacking the flat on the side the slant is going to is unstoppable because it pulls the flat zones out. And then the underneath zones, unless you user it, it's always going to find a soft spot. Sometimes you might have to lowball, and that's exactly what I did here for a catch. But let's say that, this guy right here was the user, and he took the slant away, right? If he had to come down on the slant, that would just leave the curl and the post to the tight end wide open. So, to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about, let's do that one more time. So this time we're going to go ahead and we're going to user that guy, and we're going to go ahead and try, this guy right in the middle of the field, we're going to try to take away that read to the slant. Because, again, you throw a slant one too many times, they're definitely just going to user that and not let you throw it. So as soon as you see that, see what I mean? This gets in that soft spot behind all the coverage, and that's why the curl to the running back is important, because in zone, if they have a lot of hook zones, you want to make those hook zones kind of show their tendency. Are they going to come up and try to sit on this curl? Honestly, he didn't cover either here. He tried to kind of cover. He's kind of in no man's land because he's not really covering the post and he's not covering the curl either. And in that case, I'll go to the post every time because I know I'm going to get more yards. Easy throw and catch. But let's say that he did fade back and cover the post. At that point, that's when I would go to the running back. You guys can see right here that they are playing my slant, so that's why I had to go to the other reads right here. However, if this guy just stays on the curl, or he just kind of is in no man's land like he is here, that's when you go to the post. But what I really want you guys to see is the effect these little flat routes have. Even when you don't, and I should say out and wheel route, but bottom line is they attack the flats. Even when you don't throw to them, what they do is they occupy the flat zones, which kind of spread out the field. So now they have to defend everything horizontally, from sideline to sideline, and that makes the middle of the field super easy to attack. And then that's when we just read what the user's doing and make them pay. So I hope you guys enjoy this passing concept. This is not only a money play, but a very good passing concept. Not just this year, but year after year. Make sure if you guys enjoyed the content, you smash that like button. I'll be back with some more great tips soon.